What if I told you that time doesn't always flow at the same speed? Imagine if, in those critical moments, your brain could literally bend time. Sound impossible? Scientists say otherwise, and what you're about to discover could forever change how you perceive the world. Have you ever noticed how everything seems to slow down during moments of extreme stress? You're about to find out why your brain can transform seconds into minutes. And by the end of this video, we'll reveal how people are learning to harness this power in their daily lives. Imagine having the ability to slow down time at will. What could you achieve? How would it change your life? Stay tuned, because the truth is more mind-blowing than you can imagine. The key to time manipulation lies deep within your brain's processing systems. Research from the Nature Neuroscience journal explains that during moments of high stress or danger, your brain activates a heightened state of awareness, increasing the number of data points it processes per second. This is why when you're in a crisis, like swerving to avoid a car accident, it feels like everything slows down. What's really happening is that your brain is absorbing far more information than it normally would. In fact, studies show that in times of perceived danger, your amygdala, which processes emotions, goes into overdrive, creating the illusion that time is slowing down. In a groundbreaking 2007 study by David Eagleman, a neuroscientist at Baylor College of Medicine, participants were dropped from a 150-foot-tall structure to simulate a near-death experience. What they found was extraordinary. During freefall, participants reported feeling like time had slowed down by 36%. Eagleman concluded that in stressful situations, our brains stretch the perception of time to allow us to make critical decisions. But it's not just life or death moments that alter our sense of time. Have you ever noticed how new experiences seem to last longer? This is what scientists call the oddball effect. When we encounter something unexpected, our brain focuses more intensely, causing time to stretch. According to a study from the University of Cambridge, when we experience something novel or strange, it creates a time warp effect. Imagine walking down the street and seeing something bizarre, a flying saucer, for example. Your brain immediately shifts into high gear, trying to absorb every detail. This is why time slows down during unexpected events. Your brain is analyzing more deeply, and your perception of time gets distorted. The new and the strange always feel longer. Your brain is trying to make sense of the unfamiliar. And here's where things get even weirder. Lucid dreaming. Lucid dreamers report that not only can they control their actions in a dream, but they can also manipulate the passage of time itself. Studies published in Frontiers in Psychology reveal that lucid dreamers often experience time at a much slower pace than in waking life. One lucid dreamer reported that 5 minutes in real life felt like an hour in his dream. In a study conducted by German researchers at the Max Planck Institute, lucid dreamers were asked to count seconds in their dreams. Amazingly, they found that time in dreams could pass at nearly half the rate of time in the real world. Imagine the implications of this. If we can manipulate time in our dreams, could we eventually learn to control it while we're awake? Let's shift from slowing time to making it disappear altogether. Have you ever been so immersed in an activity that hours felt like minutes? This phenomenon is called the flow state. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi describes flow as a state of complete absorption in a task where time becomes irrelevant. In a 2010 survey of athletes, artists, and musicians published in the Journal of Positive Psychology, 82% of participants reported that time felt like it didn't exist while they were in flow. When you're in flow, the brain's prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for self-reflection and time awareness, shuts down, allowing you to focus so deeply that time itself vanishes. So if you've ever wondered why those blissful moments seem to fly by, it's because your brain is literally turning off time perception. But nothing distorts time like a near-death experience. People who've come face-to-face with death often describe feeling like time slowed down or even stopped. One of the most common reports is the sensation of one's life flashing before their eyes. But is this just a memory trick, or is the brain truly manipulating time? According to a study published by the International Association for Near-Death Studies, 92% of people who've experienced a near-death event reported some kind of time distortion. Researchers believe this may be the brain's final attempt to process vast amounts of information, preserving critical memories before death. In the face of death, time may not just slow down, it may cease to exist entirely. But did you know that you don't need a near-death experience to slow down time? Meditation has been proven to alter time perception in measurable ways. In a study published in Neuroscience Letters, researchers found that experienced meditators could induce a state where time seemed to slow down or even stop completely. Brain scans showed reduced activity in the brain's default mode network, which is responsible for ruminating on the past or worrying about the future. By silencing the brain's constant chatter, meditators can tap into the present moment so deeply that time itself slows down. And here's something many of us can relate to. As we get older, time seems to speed up. Why do summers fly by now when they felt endless as a child? According to a 2019 study from Science Daily, this phenomenon is due to the brain's efficiency. As we age, our brain becomes better at processing routine information, which leads to a compression of time. New experiences, however, stretch time, which is why childhood feels so long. Everything was new. In fact, research from Duke University showed that adults perceive time to move approximately 25% faster than children, largely because their brains aren't capturing as many new details. So, what does all this mean for you? Our perception of time is far more flexible than we think. Whether through adrenaline, novelty, meditation, or mindfulness, we have the power to change how we experience time. But what if we could learn to control this power? Imagine bending time in your favor, experiencing more life in every moment. If you found this journey into the mysteries of time as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mind-bending content.